just for your information, there is nothing technical. Everything is related to personal development or growth mindset. Because, and this is just my story, you understand? And I'm about to explain to you, after I migrated to United States, I have to restart from scratch. Do you understand? What strategy did I use to overcome it? If you guys have any questions, I would highly suggest you to wait at the end. But if you feel like you should stop me to ask questions, feel free to do that. Yep. Who am I? I am Jean-Joseph. I've been in IT for over 19 years. I started my career as a network administrator. Then after that, I moved to database administration and development. After that, I moved to data engineering. I am a Microsoft MVP, co- data community builder. For those who don't know me, I am the founder and the main organizer of data-driven community. Under data-driven community, we have cloud data-driven that focus on data management and integration, and feature data-driven that focus on the growth of AI. We also have another user group called IT management and leadership. We create this group to support those who have strong experience in when it comes to the technical part, but does not have any soft skills when it comes to management and leadership. So I'm based out of New Jersey. However, I'm from Haiti, and you guys probably can feel the Creole accent, correct? I'm a big fan of going out to eat. This is my 4 kids, just for your information. Yep. If you guys want to connect with my community, you can scan that. You want to connect with me on LinkedIn as well, feel free to do that. Yeah, besides going out to eat, I love fishing, listening to audio, books, and movies. So without further ado, let me proceed or dive into our main topic, right? I'm about to show you how I use these 5 powerful tools for success after I migrated to United States, which is self-appreciation, integration, awareness, intelligence, emotional intelligence, and invest in myself. That was me back home. I was an IT manager, teacher. People thought that I was making money, but I don't think so because everybody next to me was poor. You understand? There is so much dust, poverty. Even it was not something easy. So I couldn't consider myself as someone that was making money, right? However, I used to come and visit United States. While visiting United States, I realized that the environment was much better, and then the opportunity was, more secure. And I decided to leave my country with everything that I had to come and restart from zero. When I say zero, zero, I spoke about this with a few friends. Everybody say, don't even take a chance. You have a bright future. I would not suggest you to leave your country. And then if you're looking at here, you will see this is me back 2008, right? I started my first job in America as a housekeeper. And then this is me back 2012, as you can see there. That was when I started to, when I first get an IT job, but I started as a junior DBA. If you're looking at, you will see there are 4 years gaps. Those 4 years are the one that I'm about to show you. What I did to overcome those challenges, right? So, as I already mentioned, no one, not even a single person, suggests me to leave my country, right? My family said, if you truly want to leave the country, that can even mess up our relationship because if you fail, so we are failed too. And I told them Haiti was impossible, and I made impossible possible. Why not USA? Do you understand? So I decided to leave my country. And then when I left my country, it wasn't something easy. I applied for a couple jobs. They told me I don't have experience. When I asked them what kind of experience, you don't have experience when it comes to cleaning floors, dishes, and everything. I said, okay, that's fine. How can I learn? They said they cannot hire me like that because they need somebody that already know the jobs. So no one ever take me in, right? And then finally, there were one company called me. They said, we want to bring you in, but before we brought you in, we want to talk to you regarding, for example, your background. And then they explained to me the kind of job that I'm about to do. So they told me next time when I'm coming, you don't have to wear just. You know, I come from the poorest country. When you're going for an interview, you have to put suits and everything. So when I went me over there, they asked me, what kind of job you think you're about to do? I said, I don't know. This is just an interview. I'm getting myself ready. Then they told me, for example, next time, if we're going to go with you, make sure you don't dress up like that. Okay? So I didn't understand America lifestyle, so I went and still wear my sneakers, my Levi's and jean Levi's and everything. When I went back there, it was a totally loss. You understand? So I have to clean the floor, clean the dishes, and that was the best job I ever had, right? Because that was my first job in America. But during those times, there were one Haitian lady. She called me. She said, I need your help, Jean. I said, how can I help you? She said, do you know how to read? I said, no, ma'am, I don't. But how can I help you? She said, grab this apple for me. Go against the wall. You're going to see a tons of boxes of apple. Bring me 2 boxes of apple, and then that should be good. So I grabbed the apple from her and went all the way in the back and bought her 2 boxes of apple. And then she looked at me. She said, you a smart dude. I said, but that was in Creole. I said, of course, smart people training me. I have to be smart. She said, okay, so we're going to be good friends. Don't worry. Lucky me, 2 days later, while I was eating outside, the big boss passing by, they said, for example, is this the new guy? I said, yes, I am. They said, what you used to do? I said, I used to be an IT manager. I used to be a teacher and everything. They said, what make you left your country? I said, I'm here to look for better opportunity. And then they said, okay, bring me your resume. Let me see what we can do. They had me talk with the internal IT. And then there were nothing for me. They called headquarters. Headquarters said, we would love to bring you in, but the communication was not that good. So I didn't get any jobs in IT. But however, I was happy to still working for the company as a housekeeper. The following day, the manager, the big boss, came down and said, you are no more a housekeeper. You're going to supervise the whole floor. But the Haitian lady wasn't there. And then both of them gave me a tons of paper. They told me this is what to do. You just have to observe, check. This is how it should be done. So I was doing it. While I was holding the paper form, the Haitian came and lady came and said, what are you doing, Jean? I said, I'm just holding the form. You don't even know how to read. Huh? You're acting like you are the supervisor. I said, I'm not. I'm just holding the phone. She went and reported me. And then the boss explained to my Haitian woman everything about me, and she came back to me and told me, "Why would you lie to me, Jean?" I said, "No, I didn't lie to you." She said, "I asked you if you know how to read. You said no." I said, "No, I didn't lie. As soon as you asked me if I know how to read, I automatically realized you don't know how to read because I never thought that way. So I have to downgrade myself to reach to your level to follow what calls team player." And then that's it. And I realized that I didn't find enough people to give me suggestion on what to do because before I left my country, 100 people, everybody told me it's going to be a big mistake. First of all, I'm black. Second of all, I have zero education in America. You understand? Third of all, you don't even speak English. You came from a French community. Haiti was occupied by French. And do you understand? Tell me, how would you get yourself back in IT field? But I said, okay, I still, when you have growth mindset, you already have a plan. People may see failure for you, but at that time, I didn't see it as a failure. I see it as a learning curve because I came to United States. I have nobody to help me, to back me up. So I have to learn everything on my way. Then I go and apply for a salesman position near me from one of our electronic stores that located in my area. They said for them to hire me, I have to be able to fix computers. I have to be able to activate phones, deactivate them, swipe them, all kind of computers like Apple, Chromebook, Windows. I said, yes, I can do that. So while I was doing it, I asked a couple customer for advice. I said, listen, this is my background. I came here. My parents don't want to support me because they want to put me in a situation where I have to go back because of the future that I had back home. But I already see my future in America, so there's no way for me to go back. It's not like they hate me, but they're not there for me, to support me. What would suggest me to go and learn just to make myself feel more comfortable? All of them say health. None of them suggest IT. I said, what about my IT background? They said, I doubt it. Health would be the best choice. So I went and learned EMT. It was a total loss. I spent my money. I waste my time. And I couldn't understand. It's not something I didn't enjoy. But I feel like when I'm dealing with technology, I got tons of dopamine. I'm excited. I feel like I have to do more, to achieve more. But I found myself in a different field, and English was, my third language. So I have to go and learn English back and forth. So it was very hard for me. Then I decided to say, listen, I listened to people, I failed. So now I have to be on my own. So I said, I need to do a self-reevaluation to see, for example, where I need to improve for me to get myself back. So I came up with my first priority to see what are my biggest challenges. So I happen to know I didn't have money. Second, I have no one to support me. And I'm a newcomer, so I need a new strategy, as you can see. So here's the thing. When I ask myself, I have nobody to support me, so I have no one there for me. And I said, I have a tons of people. I go to church. I pray with people. People sometimes they pray with me. I go and spend weekend with people, family member, friends. And I'm on Facebook. I'm on the phone. I said, how come none of them there for me? So that's been the goal that I have. People that are part of my life, they cannot help me. So I need to remove a couple people and use that time to invest in myself. So that's when I tell myself I have to be very, for example, inspired. And then after that, I realized there is a second thing that could be an issue, but not that much. The second one was English. But English cannot really stop you. Even though if you speak English properly, if you do not have a well-defined plan for your life, it's going to be hard for you to be succeed. And then whereas I have to start from scratch, I didn't know America. So I put English as low priority, and I said I need to surround myself with people that can inspire me, people that can mentor me and help me know, for example, I can still open the door on my own. So that's when I realized I came up with a strategy where I categorize people, and then people that I need to keep, people that I need to remove. I had two buckets at that time. That's what was early when I just migrated to United States. I said, okay, for negative part, I realized I had two kind of people. The first category of people that I have are people never see good out of me. Even though if I did something good or bad, they will always remind me that I'm worthless. There's nothing good that I can do. So I said, why would I keep these people? I'm sharing time with them, and I recognize them, I know them, I need to remove them for me to go and take online classes, focus on some of the workshops and everything. Then after that, when I remove these people, you probably don't believe me. Only the first category of people consume 50% of my free time, right? And then guess what happened? They're not there for me. Even though if I did good or bad, they always see me as bad. So there's no need for me to keep them. And then the second one are people that have low self-esteem that I recognize, right? So in front of me, they gave me good advice. When I step out, they're like CNN. He think he's crazy. He's going to be successful the way he used to be back home. He didn't know that I was a lawyer, that I was a doctor, right? The system doesn't build for immigrants, but that was their own judgment. What I like me about these people, some of them, they have money and they're willing to spend it because they have low self-esteem. They want to be part of your blessing. So if there's anything like pay loan, some of them pay some online classes for me, even though after they're done it, everybody knows about it, but they still want to be part of me. So, and some of them are family members, so you cannot exclude them. And then, so what I did, I'm going to keep them with me, but except that, I will not share anything with them. This is just the mindset I'm trying to show you what helped me overcome this. Within the positive bucket, I still have two. And then the first one are people that are very honest with you. They want you to be succeed, right? And then they're willing to invest in you. Except what I realized from the first list, some of them, if you fail, you cannot tell them that. They will never give you energy to retry. And sometimes in life, you have to retry multiple times. They will tell you, before I became an entrepreneur, before I became a doctor, before I became a lawyer, I tried something once. If I fail, that's not for me, I move to the next step. And sometimes that's not life. You understand? Failure could be a learning curve. And then the last one, I said, I'm going to keep these people, but I will not, for example, share my failure with them because they will never give me energy. They will never encourage me to try one more time. The last one are people that are there no matter what. You fail, they will leave you. You succeed, they will still leave you. But for me, these people, they didn't have money. They just have heart for me. For some other people, they probably have money, but they have heart. I said, okay, that's fine. And then the good thing is they have good judgment. If you share your plan with them, so guess what happened? They already see all the pros and cons because their goal is to see everybody succeed. So I said, okay, so now let me see what consumes most of my time. When we're looking at the negative buckets, consume 90% of my time, and the positive bucket consume only 10%. Because these people value time. They don't want to come and spend 1 hour talking nonsense with you, right? So they're very categorical. So what happened, I said, no, I see where I stand. So I remove a tons of negative people. So I said, now I'm gonna need more money to invest in myself. I go, for example, and apply for a positions where I have to work as a baker, right? And they start. I was working as a salesman for $8 an hour, and I did tons of work. So I applied for a salesman for a baker positions where, for example, they're gonna pay me $14, almost double, right? So if we're looking at this, if you ever visit United States or you ever happen in New Jersey, you probably even eat bread that was made by me. Do you understand? But at the time, I have to work because they gave me a tons of overtime, but I still invest in myself, take online classes, and then go for certifications, improve my communication. Guess what happened? I still need more money to invest in myself. So I go and I said, I'm going to apply for something that is kind of similar to IT. I went and applied for a printing company. That printing company, for example, give me a tons of opportunity. They pay me $16 an hour, and then they gave me a tons of overtime. And then over there, I was able to take promotion. They promote me, even though the title didn't change, but they increased the payment and everything. So I told myself, it's about to be 3 years, and I still cannot see how I can put myself back in IT. So I said, I need to do another self-reevaluation to see exactly what is the issue. The reason why I did that, they told me I will need few people came from USA. I have done a tons of certification. During those 3 years, I invest so much in what called personal development, right? And I used to take interview. No one hired me. When I go and review the feedback that I got from the interview, I realized that there is something wrong. For me to identify what is wrong, I need to do another self-reevaluation. That's when sorry about that. That's when, oops, what happened? Give me 1 second. That's when, for example, I went and told myself I need a clear visions, right, for me to pursue my life. Otherwise, I will fail, and everybody will be the winner because they advised me not to leave my country. So I asked myself, by the way, whoever created this picture, I want to give it a credit. This picture that have career wasn't drawn by me. However, the same word, the same way they lay out it was exactly the same thing I did. I asked myself, what a company need from me? They need education. I have education. What a company need from me? They need skills. I have skills. What a company need from me? They need goal. I have goal. What a company need from me? They need experience. Experience is a SharePoint. There's 50% chances for me to get higher with the experience that I had in Haiti, and then there's 50% chances for the company not to hire me because I don't have any experience in USA. So I said, this is a SharePoint. I said, okay, will the company see interest on me? That's a company point. It's not shareable. Only the company can tell that. Will the company see value in me? Only the company can see value in me. That not shareable. I said, the only thing I have to do, if I can bring the experience to 100%, so I think I'm going to get a job ASAP. But for me to get that 4 points and leave 2 points for the company, I have to do something that is hard. You guys probably don't believe it, but it's a true story. So I analyzed myself. I said, okay, I have a paper from USA now, and I can communicate much better, even though I still need to improve my English. So what's stopping me is the experience in USA. And sure enough, Haiti is a small country. You can compare the experience that I had back in Haiti and compare it with USA. So what I did, I told myself I will not work anymore. I'm gonna invest 3 to 6 months in myself. The only thing I'm gonna do is do projects. I went online and looked for projects related to performance tuning, disaster recovery, anything relating to implementing and designing uh, a well-defined data pipeline, anything related to, for example, to data management and integration. I went and scheduled them 1 week for each one of them. And then when I made up my mind, I discussed it with my ex-wife. She said, "Are you okay? Are you crazy? You're not gonna work for 3 to 6 months?" I said, "That's the only way I can help myself. And I can see after that, I will find a job ASAP." And then she said, "That's not America. I told you, you black and you didn't have any great education in USA. What make you think they're gonna hire you?" But when she said that, it's not because she had issue with me, but she want me to understand there is, for example, rent to pay, there is family to taking care. Do you understand? It's all about insecurity. But I already made up my mind. I tell her, I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna invest the same time that I used to go and to work. Like I used to work 12 to 16 hours a day, 7 days sometimes a week. So I'm gonna use all these times to invest in myself. So I gave my former boss my letter. I said, I'm gonna quit. He said, "Are you sure for what? We spoil you, we give you a tons of opportunity. What is the matter with you?" I said, "I have visions, but the visions that I have, I need to find my dream job back." And I just did a self-reevaluation. I see what to do. So nobody backed me up, but guys, everything comes with a planification. So if you didn't define something right, it may not work. So I already analyzed between 3 to 6 months, I can taking care of the rent, I can taking care of everything. Unfortunately, sometimes female love shopping. I don't have to give you more details. So the money gone, and where I was, my landlord said, you have only 22 days. If you don't make any permit, we're gonna kick you out. They kicked me out, and then it was winter time. I can clearly see all my stuff out, and they take me to the court. I don't have access, first of all, after 20 days to get my stuff. And the court allowed them, tell them they need to give me my stuff, and they gave it to me. They gave me a time to remove everything from my apartment. But people see me like I was crazy. But because I made up my mind, I know there's hope. Do you understand? And then I kept, for example, focus on what I was doing. After 3 months, I put myself back on, for example, on the market, start receiving calls, interview me, update my resume because I have done a tons of project, and when I fail, I learn better. If you done a project, you didn't fail, so that's when you don't learn nothing. Whenever there is an error message pop up, I go and Google it. When I Google it and I do some research and find out other people have even better way to do the same thing, right? So I enjoy what I was doing. I built a tons of disaster recovery, done a tons of performance tuning, designing and implementing SSIS packages. Do you understand? And then I reached to a level that I feel like I got enough experience. My first call and the interview went well, first time, right? I've been receiving interviews since 2010, And then finally, late 2011, I got one phone call, and then they said they love they want to bring you in to meet with our internal IT. So I have to travel to a different state. Unfortunately, the communication didn't go that well. They said he done all his part when it comes to the technical part, but the communication was too tough. So that's mean we're not gonna take him in. But because I know English was part of my obstacle, that didn't bring my mind down. That's what happened when you keep doing self-reevaluation. You know what can stop you for you not to lose hope. So what I did, I said, English cannot stop me anyway. Let me keep accepting calls from agency. Finally, I had two interviews the following weeks. Both interviews went well, and then they asked me to meet with internal IT again. Lucky me, I found people that used to work for Microsoft. They were 100% technical. Not only lucky me, almost 95% of the question they asked was related on the project that I was doing. The type of error, the type of workaround, the type of issue you may face. They brought me in. So they hired me as a consultant, but as a junior DBA. So that was, for example, in 2012, when I started working as a junior DBA. So when I start working, I, I, I know experience was a big deal, and the money, it's not really the money matter, but what's matter is my goal, my vision. So I offer my service to other team. I said, if you need me, I'm here. I'm good in performance tuning. I'm good in integration. If your team need help, I'm here. They said, really? So they talked to my manager, and I start helping ETL developer team. I start helping automation team because I have done a tons of project related on PowerShell. They had about 35,000 files that need to be downloaded before 12. So it used to be in serial. And I tell them I can redesign this process, make it in parallel. Everybody was happy. So now I build trust. Other team asked me for help. And then, and I never cared about the money that I was receiving. I gave the company all kind of services I think that they can get from me because I need experience. After 2 years, when I feel like I got enough experience, right? And I feel like also I was a junior DBA. There were senior DBA above me. I reached to a point while I was a junior DBA, all code have to be validated by me before they deploy it to production. So I said, okay, now I have a senior level. Let me go to and apply for a senior level. So I go and apply for a senior level. I almost triple my salary right there. But if I did not let the company overuse me, I don't think I would be able to do that. So guess what happened? So now I'm working very close with application production. And then there's different language involved, like, for example, Java and everything. I said, I learned Java, but I used to be good at algorithmic. And I'm a big fan of performance tuning. We have an issue. We can re-architect our code. They said, really? You can understand it? So I go and understand the source code. I suggest them to do something that optimize the front end. I built another trust. And guess what happened? I was able to get a promotion. Do you understand? And everywhere I feel like the company need and I have interest, and I offer them those services. And then while supporting data science team, I realized that I put myself into a tons of distributed system, helping data science team to build their data pipeline. And I moved from DBA and SQL developer into data engineering, right? So since then, since 2020, I've been working as a data engineer. And then now, I always see myself like somebody that have great visions, you understand? But one thing I want you to understand, sometimes success does not rely on education. Do you understand? Success rely on I think it's a thinking pattern. For example, it's what I mean by if I had a fixed mindset, I don't think I would be able to make it because the beginning was very tough. But I know, for example, what you probably wondering. You're probably wondering how did I bypass diversity, inclusion, and exclusion? And you guys know, for example, starting from scratch, people asking you if you know how to read, you have to say no. So you need to have a very growth mindset, correct? So what I did, I had to appreciate the moment. What I mean by that, I have to admit I'm not an IT manager anymore, and I'm not a teacher. I'm just a housekeeper. Do you understand? So because I had met the reality, I still see the value in me. I still see the hope because I know it's just a process. I'm starting from scratch. By admitting the reality, that allow me to build what called self-integrity. What I mean by self-integrity, so it's about, for example, being true to your value and what you stand for in life. Do you understand? You don't have to rely on people to tell you your true value if you're gonna be succeed or not, right? And then by developing self-integrity, I realized a tons of insecurity within me, feelings. I used to do defense for no reason, from times to times, and it's hard for me to keep up with feedback. When people give me feedback, I feel like my job is over, right? So what I tell myself is that, so now I need to be more aware of, for example, of my feeling. When my mind tell me I'm in danger, 99% of the time I'm not in danger. It's just a false alarm. So I need to be able to maintain my behavior and feelings while typing, doing some research. How can I best maintain my insecurity, my feelings? That's when I happen to know about what we call emotional intelligence. While doing a tons of research on emotional intelligence, I happen to discover the better way that I can use, for example, to manage my own feeling. Instead of react, I respond. Like, for example, I have one of my coworker. Anytime when I reach out to my coworker, he's gonna go on Slack, adding all managers, sending email, showing that I reach out for help. Whereas when he needs help, he reach out private to me, and I keep it private. Why I didn't follow him? Because I feel like it's a, it's a matter of insecurity, and I don't want to follow that energy. So emotional intelligence is the one that allow me, for example, to maintain that, and then guess what happened? I invest a lot in myself. People who know me will know, for example, I dream big, and then also health is number one. I, I do exercise regularly, set goal, and when I'm setting goal, I always like to do a self-reevaluation and being true with myself. Do you understand? Understand, because I need to pinpoint what needs to be resolved for me, for example, to be able to have a better life. And then I strengthen my skill. I always learn new things. And I attend a tons of seminar and webinar. All of this is the one that helped me not only to become a data engineer and become and be here with you to share with you my experience. As I said, as long as I'm living, so that's when there's hope. But here's the thing. This is whatever I was saying, do you understand? Is most likely related to professional success. But when it comes to life, there's two things you have to understand. We have two kind of reality when it comes to diversity. The first one is the society. The society said you need to drive Lamborghini, but the society never gave you 1 cent to drive that Lamborghini. So you should not take that pressure. The society said how you're born define the level of access. So if you're born right, as you can see, the baby is laughing. The baby don't care about poverty. And within white community, what do you see? You see white power, female want to equal with male. That's just the society reality, guys. And then when we're looking at black, you see poverty, insecurity. Do you understand? And then within black community, what do you see? You see black class. Whenever a black kind of become successful, they have to migrate to either a mixed community or a white community. They won't stay where they used to be. That's just the society reality. But the society reality doesn't have any impact on you. Whatever people used to tell me that I was black, that I was immigrant, oh, guess what happened? My dream happened, and now I'm right in front of you. Because the society cannot impact your final destination if you really want to work for it. So guess what happened? The second thing is what we call self-reality. The self-reality can destroy you because there's no third party involved. That's you. You found yourself like you bringing you down, like you're not good enough. I will never get better. Nobody like me. You understand? You can't do anything. So guess what happened? What I like about self-reality, it doesn't care about who you are, if you're white and black. As long as you excluded yourself, you deny yourself, you're done. Everybody fall under one bucket. It doesn't matter. But those who accept that, your biggest enemy is yourself. So if you cannot confront yourself, how would you confront other enemies? Those are people that understand, for example, they have to be true with themselves. They have to be aligned with themselves. These are the whole strategy that I use that kept me, for example, that give me hope one day, one door will open. But remember, there are some people, they're willing to challenge themselves by understanding their self-talk and override it in a different way. What these people done, for example, they create a wealthy environment, they create great habits, they put themselves in a mental conditions where, for example, everything they have to do, they have to understand the pros and cons, and then they enhance their skill, correct? They're aware of what they're doing, their feelings, and then they explore themselves. Not only that, they discover tons of things that could be improved, you understand? And then also, they love themselves. When I say love, I'm not talking about selfish or being defensive. When you love yourself, you not only love yourself, but you love others as well, because before you react or respond, you're gonna think twice. You understand? And then they transform themselves. Some of them reach to a mastery level. What I like me about self-reality, for example, it doesn't, self-reality don't care about background, color, and any. So as long as you include yourself, everybody included you. So for me to bypass diversity, exclusion, and inclusions as a black immigrant, I have to recognize I am the issue, but not the society. Do you guys follow? Because I am the issue, whatever analysis I have to do has to be based on my current reality. So that's why you may see that I did self-reevaluation 3 times. And then to finish, you are the only one that can define your own success. No one else cannot define it. And then you are the only one that can determine your self-worth. You understand? And the key of success is to understand yourself first, not education, not opportunity, not people that are around you. If you cannot understand yourself, even though if the opportunity is there, it's going to be hard for you to unlock it. So guys, I know there is a matter of time in case if you guys want, for example, to ask questions. I share this with you because of the mindset. Do you understand? If you don't play with yourself very well, even though, for example, you are the smartest guy, you may end up to put yourself into a trouble. And then one thing I want you to understand, when you do not align with yourself, you found success with pain. You have the money, you have the promotion, but nobody there to back up you. You're either not happy with your family, not happy with your team, but if you align with yourself, You will not sacrifice one and focus more you, to the other side. So you're gonna balance everything. With that said, Microsoft Learn is one of my favorite places to go. And I even, for example, every weekend check to see if there are any new things related to either data management, the data pipeline, data engineering. If you guys want to invest in yourself, I think Microsoft Learn is going to be great. What I like about this, each time when you're done with a track, they give you kind of a point. And then I would highly suggest you, even though if you're not going to any certification, there's a tons of hands-on. Why can't you create time and improve yourself? And nowadays, things changing. You understand? We have to be aligned. So these are the resources that I use to build my success, to move from data, to move from housekeeping to data engineering. If you guys have any question, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I would highly suggest you to scan this barcode, share your feedback. By sharing your feedback, and I would love you to be honest, guys, you understand? So just share your feedback. If you're satisfied, mention it. If you don't, mention it and tell me why. So this way, when I'm sharing my experience with others that have similar background like me, they can feel like there is hope even though things is not going on well. With that said, I would love to say thank you to all of you. And thank you, SQL Bits, for the opportunity.